Have you ever wanted a break from full-time motorhome living? Like, look, we enjoy it, but sometimes all that togetherness, you might just need a wee bit of a break. So today, we're going to tell you about something that we've incorporated into our motorhoming experience, and that's house sitting. We're going to tell you about house sitting, pros, cons, and how to get started. So stick around.
Hi there, we're Dallas and Beth, and we've taken a massive leap of faith. We sold everything we owned and bought a motorhome to travel Europe and North Africa.
Our plan is to explore until we run out of money. We believe time is short and the future is never guaranteed.
Some might call it irresponsible, but we'd rather risk it all and have these experiences now while we can.
So join us on our great escape as we tackle our retirement travel a decade early.
So what is house sitting? It's exactly what it sounds like. What you do is you come and you stay in somebody's house and look after it, and usually they're pets, and in exchange you get to stay in the house for free. It's a very simple business transaction. So if you're looking for a break from motorhome life,
Or each other.
It's a win-win situation. All right, first up, let's talk costs. It's one of the biggest benefits of house sitting. Living full-time in a motorhome can be expensive. I mean, when you think about fuel, tolls.
Cuts back on those day-to-day costs that you have while you're on the road.
Yeah, you know, all of those amenities that you would generally expect. What are you making here? A cheese sandwich?
Yep.
Can I have a bite? Well, we're just not going to spend money on all those fees that we just talked about.
Right.
Because we're parked in a driveway.
You don't have to worry about your grey water, your cassette. Yeah, and they don't mind you plugging in too. We've had that. And also filling up our water tank before we leave. It's been great.
We found that in many of our sits, the homeowner has just a thriving garden. Another big benefit is with these gardens, most of the homeowners tell you to help yourself. Look at these tomatoes. Look, they're beautiful. They've been so generous with their produce. It saved us a ton of money.
Another big plus for having a break from the motorhome lifestyle is you get to live in a home again. So we've really enjoyed having a big bed, a big kitchen, and access to a bathtub, and also
Dishwasher.
the dishwasher's been a real treat.
Dishwasher followed by its close cousin, the washing machine. One cool thing about house sitting that you wouldn't expect is that it provides the opportunity to give your motorhome a thorough spring cleaning. It's just easier to complete when it's parked in a countryside driveway rather than in an air or a camping site. And we usually have access to equipment like ladders, good vacuums, and other tools that make it a thorough clean easier to complete.
Yeah, it makes it a lot easier to get up on the roof and clean the solar panels and get into all those nitty-gritty places that are difficult to do when you're on the road. Perhaps the best benefit, at least in our book, is that these house sits come with glorious animals. My favourite part is to spend some quality time with some animals. We've had some delightful experiences, and that's what it's really all about. Good night. The last benefit is that house sitting helps us comply with the Schengen zone rules.
Yeah, you know, house sitting is super popular in the UK and in Ireland. Both of those places are outside of the Schengen zone. So as we do the Schengen Shuffle, if you guys don't know what that is, it means if you're a non-European and you don't hold a European passport, you can only be in the Schengen zone for 90 days out of any 180. So if you're like us and you're touring around for a couple of years, you've got to bounce in and out. And we do that in Morocco, in some Eastern European countries, and in the UK and Ireland. And house sitting really helps with that.
It's been a big part of that. Now, as amazing as house sitting is, it doesn't come without its challenges. One of the main drawbacks is the responsibility. You're actually living in somebody's home. You're their caretaker.
So it means, you know, keeping it clean, maintaining the garden, you know, picking up dog poo.
Watering plants.
Yeah, making sure that everything runs smoothly.
Being present too, security. You know, you don't house sit and then leave for the entire day every day.
You have to be prepared to do the light work associated with maintaining a house. These are things that we all know. Taking out the rubbish. Cleaning up after the pets, you know, some light housework.
Yeah, feeding the pets, exercising the pets, which we thoroughly enjoy.
Yeah, so it is responsibility. For some people, you might chafe against that. You don't have that in a hotel or an Airbnb, right?
That's right.
Another downside might be the lack of flexibility in a house sit.
Some of the opportunities may not align with where you are at that particular point in time.
Yeah, we've had to juggle some things around to take on sits that we wanted to take, but we're lucky we have flexibility.
It's been well worthwhile.
Absolutely. And sometimes you might find yourself in a house sit that you're not enjoying. And look, like, let's be honest, that's going to happen. But
Yeah.
so
far we've been lucky. It hasn't happened yet, but
we've heard and we've talked to some folks where that's been the case, where things have not gone quite as smoothly as they thought.
unlike an Airbnb, you can't check out early.
Yeah, true.
You've made a commitment.
We also prefer those jobs where the owner has given us access to a car. We do have our bikes, but man, in the wintertime,
Yeah. And we have used the motorhome to get around and buy groceries, but
Yeah.
it's better in a car.
it's hard in a motorhome to just run out and get groceries. Let me tell you. Grocery parking lots in Europe are like this big.
Most of them have height restrictions.
Yeah, in these little villages, they're not so happy to see a great big 8-meter long motorhome pull in. Now, this isn't a drawback, but we do want to talk about something quite seriously, and that's the matter of privacy. You're in somebody else's home, and you know, they tell you to make yourself at home, but there is something a little odd about opening drawers and cabinets to find things. Like, you do feel a little bit like an interloper. Some have said, you know, the office is off limits.
Get out of my office!
Or, you know, they might not have specifically said it, but
I think the master bedroom goes without saying.
oh yeah, if you're not sleeping in the master bedroom, you don't go anywhere near it.
Yeah.
Now, we've had some folks where there was a bathtub, and they said, hey, help yourself, in the bathtub's in the master bathroom, but I didn't feel comfortable doing that.
Some homeowners are going to ask you to refrain from having any guests over.
If you're considering doing some house sitting, and if you're in your home country or have friends and family nearby, that might be something to think about. So look, we strongly recommend that before you accept any job at all, that you get on a call, at least a video call. Better if you can go see the folks in person, meet them, and have a real thorough discussion about what their expectations are and what your expectations are.
Absolutely. You want to be able to do a good job, and a little homework goes a long way.
You know, the other thing, just quietly, read the reviews. Read what other pet sitters have said about the sit. That'll tell you everything that you need to know.
That's good advice.
Yeah. House sitting can be an amazing way to enhance your European motorhome experience. You save money, experience the local culture, and have all of the creature comforts from home, from a bigger home.
That's right, while still having the freedom of living life on the road.
But look, it's not for everyone,
It comes with responsibilities.
and it might not always fit with your travel plans.
But if you're up for the challenge, it can be one of the most rewarding experiences you have. All right, if you're still on board, thank you. Let's talk about how to get started. First step is to sign up with legit house sitting websites. Some of the popular ones are Trusted House Sitters, Nomador, Mind My House, and Rover. There are fees to join, and many offer tiered support that may include other benefits like liability and cancellation insurance. Next, you may want to check out Facebook groups like House Sitting Europe or Worldwide House Sitting. We haven't experienced a lot of value with these websites, but we've talked to others who have. Also, be proactive. We knew we wanted to travel Europe, so on weekends and holidays, we started house sitting so we could build positive references and dip our toes in without too much risk. Remember, in the beginning, before you have several references, it may pay to be more flexible with your dates and locations. Maybe start small with shorter term assignments.
If you found this video useful, you could really help us out by hitting the like button and subscribe.
We're always sharing tips and stories from our travels in our motorhome across Europe.
Or if you have any questions, drop them here too. We're happy to help.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
See you later.